Great. Okay. Welcome to everyone joining it. We're thrilled to welcome you to another edition of There's an App for That, the loosely ANZ Atlassian community sponsored series where we invite all sorts of awesome marketplace partners to join us with things. I'm thrilled from very early in the morning, we think, to welcome Xenia, the partner manager for Stages. Let's hear about your awesome tables, please.
Thank you, first of all, for having us here and for inviting us to join the ACE. As you mentioned, I'm Xenia, I'm Partner Success Manager of STAGIL. And let me take one moment to share a screen and to tell you a little bit more about STAGIL. I hope you can see it. Can you?
We can see.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, great. Stagil, maybe you have heard, maybe not. It's marketplace app vendor. We are on the marketplace from 2014. Over the years, we have grown portfolio of apps used across different teams and use cases. Right now, we're headquartered in Hamburg, Germany, but we have teams across Europe, US. So, for example, I myself from Ukraine. We have a big part of the team in Ukraine as well. So it's app owners, developers. Also, we have a part of team in Hungary, in Germany, as I mentioned, and in US. So a little bit about our portfolio. I must mention here that under Stagil, we combine not only one brand, Stagil, but also other previous app vendors. So it's Everett. Maybe you have heard bestseller of Everett is Time Tracker. And Field Checker, also Teamworks apps. Teamworks is a app brand of Catworks, app site of Catworks. And from summer, we will also, under Stagil, also gonna be Heartsum apps. So if you see on the marketplace that it's still the old naming of those apps, it's just a work in progress with transitioning right now, everything under Stagil branding. So a little bit about our customers, and they're specifically customers of Stagil Tables. Across our customer base, we see adoption from large, well-known enterprises, including companies like Visa, T-Mobile, Samsung. We also have customers such as Dell, Uber, Pinterest. And I'm sharing these names not to focus on like logos, but to illustrate the breadth and maturity of the customer base. Again, the app is so broad that our app use enterprise customers as well as small businesses and mid-sized businesses. And about verticals, again, it's just main verticals that use our app, but our customers come from very different industries, which again reinforces the idea that this app is not niche or tied to one specific like vertical or domain. It's very, very broad. Right now we have 700 installs on Cloud Data Center. Talking about Cloud and Data Center, we have all the main features presented on Cloud as well from Data Center. We will still support and will support to the final days Data Center version. It's very important for us because we have a lot of clients still on Data Center. All right, our customers here, just a moment of appreciation for our customers. We have a pretty high rating on the marketplace. And when I was preparing the presentation, what I saw and what really caught my eye is that people, each other reviews said that we are very responsive to the customer input. When people suggest improvements or report pain points, it directly influences the app. And usually it's like a few weeks to add the feature for our customers. All right, so here I will ask Joe to share the poll because I have it on slide, but if you can share it in Zoom.
Okay, does
Okay,
people see that?
yeah, we can see it here. You can just vote, or you can, if you're feeling, I don't know, extroverted, you can turn on the microphone and tell us how do you usually create tables and how do you usually store tabular data in Jira? How do you do it right now? So is it fields on Jira Forms? Is it custom fields? Maybe it's external tools like Excel or other marketplace apps.
So I might jump in because I can't vote because I'm holding the poll. So what
We
I would
don't.
typically do is use a Jira form or custom fields on the work item.
Mhm.
So yeah, don't tend to attach a spreadsheet to these sorts of things.
Oh, we
I'm
can
on the we
wait a
don't
little
camp.
bit.
I was speaking on mute. I think like a lot
Yeah,
of people, you just hack it around, right? You're like, oh, that would be sensible to do it properly.
yeah. That's correct. Okay, so all right. Well, I think we've got the we don't is the majority here. Yep,
Okay,
overwhelming
well,
majority we don't.
great answer as well. So I think I can close it. Yeah.
Yep.
It's a very
Okay.
polite response
Okay.
to
You
people
you.
doing things badly.
Okay, we don't. Yeah, that's also the answer. So, why I can like suppose why it's we don't because Jira right now has a lot of well, mainly the main point why we created the app, because if you want to do this, you cannot do this in Jira with tables. And first of all, is that Jira has tables as text, but not as data. So Jira can absolutely is in Jira functionality to display tables, but when those tables like leave in description, comments, or other text fields, as we mentioned in custom fields, in forms, Jira still treats them as the text, not as structured data with which you can work with. So you cannot work with table content like you work with real Jira fields. So you cannot query individual table cells. You can do things like searching, filtering, GQL, automation rules, and it's all in the like in the progress and its scale. It can become not very convenient. So also you cannot report what's inside the Jira. Reporting becomes difficult if the information is trapped inside a rich table text. You cannot easily report on it, aggregate it, or build dashboards from it as it were normal issue data. And as I mentioned, like maintaining it at scale, it becomes a little bit painful. So you cannot bulk edit rows, cells across multiple issues, the way you can bulk edit, for example, standard Jira fields. So as soon as you have many issues and many tables, it's going to be a lot of manual work, and we don't want a lot of manual work, and we don't want to waste our time on the manual work. So the main takeaways here is that Jira tables in text fields look like structure, but under like the hood, it still behave like a text, and that leads to the answer why we created our app, STAGIL Tables. So first, main idea of STAGIL tables is that we add real table data to the issues. So instead of table being just formatted text, it becomes something you can actually work as structured data inside the issue. So Joe, for example, at the beginning of our call mentioned calculations. You can totally do this with STAGIL tables. So you can work with, so basically columns, they behave like fields. That's the key difference with Jira native functionality. Each column can be configured with a type like text, number, user, select, so users don't just type anything anywhere. And you define the structure once, and everyone enters data in a consistent way. And because columns behave like fields, the data is much cleaner and more predictable. And another point, the data can be reused. So in most teams, what I see from our customers is that pain is not creating a table once, it's maintaining the data over time and reusing it across processes. So with STAGIL tables, you can totally easily do that. And fourth, it's probably like the app has a lot of great features, but in my opinion, it's my favorite one. It's Table Navigator. So basically with Table Navigator, I will show it a little bit later. But with this feature, you can not only look at one table in one issue at the time. So you can browse and manage tables across issues using Table Navigator. So if you imagine having the same type of table across many issues like costs, line items, invoices, it can be whatever you can come up with. Table Navigator helps you work with that information at scale instead of opening issues one by one. So the core idea of the app is very, very simple. We bring this spreadsheet structure, but with data that behaves like Jira data, configurable, consistent, and manageable across many issues. That's the main idea of our app. Use cases, again, maybe you can find here relevant use cases like to you or to your customers if you are a partner. But here I must mention once again that the list is not exclusive and the app is so, like we see so many adoptions in such a different and broad use cases because the app is pretty universal. So it's just a snapshot of common ways team use STAGIL tables today. So everything that needs to do with data, financial data, budget costs, Excel list replacement. That's the main use case of the app. Service requests because STAGIL tables also supported on the GSM portal, and I will show it later. Onboarding checklists, everything that you can come up with can be a use case for our app. So now that you've seen, if you don't have any questions, again, if you have some questions, you can drop them in the chat or you can just ask them. But if you don't, I would like to show you the app visually, let's say. So that's what you see here. It's a table right in the issue view. It's not just a table pasted into description as formatted text as Jira does. It's a real table with dedicated columns. Here we can see that it's like financial data, invoices, but again, one of the most typical use cases, but the use cases are very broad for the app. On top of that, you can run calculations, as you can see in the table. Very like popular feature by our customers, supported both on data center, on cloud. You can use Jira native selectors like choosing users or linking issues. So basically, you're essentially building a lightweight spreadsheet inside each issue. Another, because the app is actually, it's called STAGIL, we call it STAGIL Tables, but actually the full name of the app also contains checklists. It's also one of the main use cases of STAGIL Tables. So basically, it's the app is also great when you need structured checklist data that people actually complete, track, and report on. The key difference from a normal checklist in issue tags is that it's structured data, as I mentioned. So you can, as you can see here, you can assign ownership, you can assign a status, due date, track progress, filter what's overdue, keep everything connected to Jira work. So yeah, very, very popular use case. Another relevant, I think, may be relevant for most of you, especially if you're using Jira Service Management portals and projects. It's that STAGIL tables are also supported on GSM portal. So in many service portal, customers are forced to describe like complex requests in long text fields. It can be very like frustrating and long. If STAGIL tables is used in a Jira Service Management project, you can control how the table appears in the portal via the GSM portal tab in the table configuration. You can choose the project, you can link it to the table, to one or more request types, decide whether it will be shown on create view or on create or on view or on both screens. And you can also make it required. And if you want, you can also allow customers to edit the table after the submission, with the exception that once a request is resolved, editing is disabled because it's logical. So yeah, I would say this is a very, very popular use case. So if you look into using tables in GSM portal, it's totally supportable by our app and totally doable. Okay, if you don't have any questions, I will best feature here. I just wanted to share a review from our customers. What caught my eye that he said that our team especially likes the ability to see and export a table across multiple issues. Oh, sorry, my hand slipped. Across multiple issues. A feature we use weekly as part of our company KPI reporting. So this feature, very cool one, it's called Table Navigator. Basically, what Table Navigator does, it's like a master table. It's where tables stop being per issue and become something you can manage across a whole project or multiple projects. So basically, it's a separate page in Jira when you can pool all the tables and view them as they were one unified table, meaning all the tables from different issues. So instead of opening 10 issues to check 10 tables, you see everything in one place. And every table we have a source key source issue that leads to the issue where the table belongs. One powerful option here is that you can add Jira custom fields as extra columns. That means you can see table data next to issue data. So, for example, priority, SME status. You can filter them by on two levels. So you can filter within the table, just like you can in the issue view. And of course, you can filter by you can filter the rows by issue attributes using GQL search. Which is great when you want only rows from the issues, let's say in the status, or only issues assigned to this team. So it's a very, very powerful feature, and I would say it's the best, one of the best features of the app, because app has a lot of great features, and it's very widely and commonly used by our customers as well. You can access Table Navigator from the app tab. You can also have the action that turns this into a real power tool. It's bulk export, it's bulk import to multiple issues, it charts a report, copy and a link to the exact table view with the filters applied, and quick access to the table configuration. All right.
So there was a question, Kazina. It's from Adam. Oh, sorry, Kit, you were already saying you'll flag it, but anyway, I'll get in there. So Adam's asking, can you have the tables nested and data roll up to the master table?
Can you have the tables to the data role map?
So can there be, so I'm interpreting here, so Adam, just let us know if I'm not interpreting it right. So if you might have a couple of tables in some Jira issues,
Yeah.
and then it rolls up, say, to an Epic table or something of that nature. Does that make sense, Adam? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, something along those lines. That's what I was thinking.
Yep.
So basically, can they be in the table navigator? Because I heard something about the table.
Not
Yeah.
necessarily table navigator. So, Adam, you just go. I'll go on mute.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I haven't used it. I just I was just listening to it and I thought, oh, that'd be
Mhm.
a fantastic use case if you had tables that were embedded within lower level issues, if you like, and they were able to bubble up to a higher level into a master record, which would be hugely
Mhm.
beneficial, I'm sure.
Yeah, so I'm afraid I don't have an answer right now, but
Oh,
I
that's
can
okay.
totally ask today our app owners if we already have it or if it's somewhere on our roadmap, and I can write you an answer if you give me your contact.
Okay.
Do you remember that app? What was it called? Epic Sum Up, or did they rebrand it? I can't remember. But maybe
Oh, right,
Sum
yeah.
up, yes, it's an
maybe
app by
that
You
that
you
Aptisia.
should
told them
be
to rebrand repeatedly.
yes, regular listeners will know. Anyway, so
All
the
three of you who regularly tune in for Jeff and I.
yeah, exactly. It's nice though there's not one. So yeah, the so that app does do calculations on other subtasks or
Yeah,
other, so it could be story or whatever. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see
yep,
if this one does. I'm thinking about use cases of how many orders for something were created, or what's the total sum of revenue, or total value of all the revenue for some sort of calculation of opportunities which have closed in this quarter, or something else. As you can tell, I don't use it just for delivering of software projects.
Although Adam's question gives me a question, which I don't
Yeah.
know if you know as well. Like, is this queryable by Rovo currently? Because I know that like content held in fields, depending whether it's forged or not, can be tricky sometimes.
So
It's
isn't
on
that the
our roadmap, yeah, to add row, if that's what you ask, because you ask about row, correct?
yeah? So the
Yes, yeah. I'm just wondering, like, yeah,
Teamwork Graph
So,
API for marketplace vendors has just been released. Is in the early access program for joining the team and getting your content in, or being able to query the Teamwork Graph.
mhm.
But you're talking about actually the data from the table being actually available in the Teamwork Graph, which Rovo uses. That's
yeah,
why I
yeah.
mentioned. Yeah, okay. I think, yeah. So
Yeah, it's not available right now, of course, as you can tell, but it's I will share our roadmap at the like at the end of presentation, and it's of course on our roadmap to add robo agents. They can do calculations for tables, of course.
Thank you. Good question,
You're
Adam. It
welcome.
prompted a chat.
It's always great to have a chat, especially when it's like a cozy event. Uh, okay, if you don't have any other questions, I can go on with the features. So we have also status column, again, very commonly used by our customers. So instead of showing a plain text values, it displays colored labels. So checklist and tables are much easier to scan. But here I must mention, because we had this question from the customers, that it's not a status of an issue or something like this, and the data in table is not an issue. So therefore, it's just a custom field that you can like edit how you would like to, but it's not a status of the issue. So setup is pretty simple, and yeah, we added also colors to the status. Table data filtering. Another one powerful issue, it's very practical feature to use table filtering, very commonly used by our customers. So every table has a filter icon in the top right corner. You can filter rows by any column type, like text, date, select numbers. You can also do this how I showed it previously in the table navigator across many issues, and even in the GSM customer request you can also use these filters. What I really like about this feature is that to make it even faster, we have these quick filters. So basically, instead of rebuilding the same filters every time, you can pick a saved filter from a drop down, or save your current filter setup as a reusable quick filter and just use it to any table you would like to use it. And of course, admins can also manage this centrally in the table configuration, so teams will have consistent, ready to use filter views. All right, about REST API. So we actually have, I think, two main competitors on the marketplace that do the same feature, but we are right now very actively involved in partner management, and we do these battle cards. If you actually would like to, I can send you after the ACE event. But what really differentiates us from other app vendors that we have a very extensive REST API. So access is pretty simple. You use an API token. Once you have a token, you can connect it from a script. With API, you can do all the basics. So read table data from an issue, add or update rows, delete rows if needed, clone a table from one issue to another, export the table to CSV, and pull the tables across many issues using AGQL query, how I showed it later. So if your team needs to sync data, run bulk updates, or integrate tables with other systems, the API makes that possible without manual copy paste. So yeah, we also have an extensive documentation of this. So for example, if you're downloading an app and installing the app and you feel like close with REST API, we have the documentation, and we can also do a demo and support you with everything we can. GQL pretty self-explanatory, so you can turn tables on something you can actually report on. You can find Jira issues based on what's inside the table column. So if the table is used in multiple issues, you can also search this. CCV also very important for our customers is to have and support CCV import and export. So moving data can be in and out is very quick and no manual work is required. So we do it directly from the table. You can click three dots in the top right corner and choose import or export. When exporting, you can choose a dilator that you will use, so it can be comma, semicolon. It's also CSV import also works in Jira Service Management. You can import table data when creating a request in the portal and export tables from the portal if needed. So again, like I think every other users, our customer uses this feature. Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to wait.
Okay, so I just wanted to mention one, I think, very important thing, because as I mentioned, there's a lot of use cases where customers use our app for financial data and for, let's say, sensitive data. So before we wrap up with a demo, just a quick section, important section on security and data storage. We do not store any table content in our own database, so all values users enter into the tables are stored inside the Jira, specifically in Jira issue properties. What we do store is the minimum needed for the app to function. It's configuration and operational metadata. For example, table and column configuration, context and display settings, permissions, API tokens, as I mentioned, automation rules. So data is not stored in our app. And finally, for hosting our services in Frankfurt, Germany. But if you have like a deep security or compliance question, we have a special person dedicated in our team, and we can answer all your questions. All right, you had a question, Jeff? Or
Yeah,
someone?
well, it's more so I guess getting around to Adam's question around does it sum up? Can you update a master? Well, with the web request in an automation, you can call the API, grab the details, and then update totals. So whether you do that on schedule or something of that nature, or if something changes. So there is some. So if it doesn't do it out of the box, that would be something worth having a look at. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally remember the question, and yeah, I will ask our app owners. Maybe it's already been done by the customer, but I'm not sure. I need to ask you.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, so a little bit about our roadmap. As I mentioned, of course, for us, it's priorities moving to Forge. It's very important for us to move to Forge because we have a lot of customers that, for example, they are planning to move to like government cloud. As I remember, it's enough to have Connect on Forge. But again, for us, very important to stay in line with Atlassian platform direction. So that's on our roadmap, like on high priority, let's say. Next, what Kit asked about, it's Rovo agent to help with simple calculations on numeric table data, like sum and average or something like this. And of course, we are very tightly working right now on feature parity from DC to cloud. As I mentioned, DC and cloud versions of the app are very, very similar. So all the main features of the app are available on cloud. Not only main, all the like base functionality. There are just a little differences, but they very small, and we are working towards like delivering all the features that are presented on data center to cloud, and making a comparison also to our partners, because it's very important, making feature parity, making migration paths. That's a very, because I usually work with solution partners, and I know it's very, very important, and it's a top priority right now. So I think that's it, basically. If you have any questions, we can discuss them now.
Yeah, so anyway, it's funny. I spoke to you about two client requirements that we had in the last couple of weeks around how we can solve some problems. And anyway, I've had pointed one of the team to it, and his first question was, can it be used on JSM portal or Help Center? In a request, we've gone, yes, it can.
Of course, yeah.
And then he's like, okay, that's great. And so anyway, it looks like we're going to be trying out for that one, and the other person who's looking after the other ones also going to have a look. So it's great. So I'm glad, for me personally, that you were able to present to us today, Ksenia.
Thank you so much. Again, if you need any help with the app, we are very supportive to our customers. We can also forgot to mention that it was just like a quick overview of the app, but if you need proper demo, we can do that also, show a live demo and try to adapt it to your use case.
Awesome. I believe officially I meant to wrap things as I introduced them as well. Oh, Sam's crept in with one last question there. How are license costing structured? I assume the answer is standard Atlassian marketplace pricing?
Yes, we have only one version of the app. There is no like standard premium or something like this. It just uh, marketplace, Atlassian marketplace licensing basic one.
So for
If you're
Sam and
curious
Anna was
about the price,
asking,
yeah.
oh, sorry, go for it.
No, I just said that if you're curious about the price, I can send the price like for you use the tire.
Because there's so many lovely. I know we focused on the tables, but things. If you go to Marketplace Entry, you can put in your user numbers, and the answer will pop out magically.
Yeah.
I'll put the link in the chat. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. That was a lovely run through, and Jeff and I both learned how to pronounce STAGIL. I feel like I'm still ruining it.
Oh, it's very different. So I pronounce it as STAGIL, but the correct, as it is a German word for the word stabil, and it's like stable. It should be pronounced as STAGIL. But
I thought it was a pun on
I was
agile.
going Stagil. I was
Okay.
doing Stagil, which yeah, okay.
So
Cool.
I
Well, there you
prefer
go.
the
We corrected
STAGIL
ourselves.
form.
There you go. So we were all wrong. Thank you so much for sharing. Thanks,
Thank
and
you
thank
as
you to everyone
well.
for joining us. We'll post this on YouTube as usual. Thank you all.